6 years of age, for some reason or other, I felt sick. I don't know what it was. I was in bed quite a while. And my father had a friend who was an artist, and he knew that I, at 6 years of age, liked to draw. And so he gave me, my father, a book, which I still have. It's a classic work on drawing the figure by Bridgman. And it was printed about, I don't know, 1930 or something, like George Bridgman. And incredible, even to this day, ways to draw the figure. And it's funny, I was looking at it just the other day. But I got to be pretty good at it. So when I went to school, I was always considered in the class the artist. So every time they wanted something done, oh, let's get Dimitri to do it, whatever it was, posters or, whatever. And this continued from the time I was in school, in the 3 or 4th grade, till I went to college. Every time they wanted to do something, whether it was in the annual or performances in the theater, it was, I was the one that did those things, the sets and whatever. Anyway, so I've always been considered the artist, so I had to kind of live up to my reputation, I guess, a little bit. But I've enjoyed all aspects of the fine arts, of visual arts. And I went to school in Berkeley, California, or Oakland, California College of Arts and Crafts, at a time that it was a very, very important time in American painting for called the Bay Area figurative movement. And I studied, that's when I studied painting. And I got a master's at that school, in fine arts. About 20 years later, one of my professors was retiring, and he phoned me up if I would take over his class, which I remembered sitting in. It was a class on color and composition. And for 2 years, I was an instructor in that class, 20 years after I left school. That's when I left Greece and I went to the States again. So basically, that was my introduction to the art world. As a child, having given this book and working from it, so it's always been like that. I've never thought of doing anything else, except, stage sets and things like that, but that's artistic too, it's art, And I think fashion is art too, I love fashion. It's just almost perfect, It has little engravings all the way around, a little mark on it. But I didn't know how they smoked that thing. And then I saw in a book that they had this long thing. It's Turkish,
So you gave this to the museum?
Pardon? Yeah, I gave it to the museum, huh?
It belonged to your...
My grandfather.